Thanks so much for being here, Josh. This is great. Thank you for doing this. This is awesome. So why don't we start right at the beginning? Tell us a little bit about Athennian and what the company does.
So Athennian, we're a legal technology company. Legal is a very archaic industry that has been ripe for disruption. And there's a whole bunch of reasons on why that's happening right now. And Athennian capitalizes on that, specifically in this area of corporate legal called digital legal entity management.
Exciting. So what are some of the goals for Athennian in the next little while?
So our goals are really driven by serving our customers. And so in serving our customers, we have to build great software product. We also have to build a great team that works with our customers to help them be successful. And so as part of that, our team has been growing significantly. A year ago, we were only 14 people. Today, we're 70 people. And by the end of the year, I expect us to be somewhere between 120 to 130.
Wow, talk about growth. That's incredible. Tell me a little bit about how Thin Air Labs has helped you on this journey.
Thin Air Labs has helped us quite a bit. James Lockery has been really a founding partner with us at the company. And then as Thin Air started to get built around James's vision of supporting ventures founder first, he's brought a lot of resources to the table that have really been transformative for the company. And so that primarily has been in some great advisors that have helped level us up across the organization in product, in operations, in customer success. One thing, though, that we've been working on quite a bit together over the last few months is non-dilutive funding applications with different agencies. And so I've been working with Andrew Brown on that, and it's been a very successful partnership.
Wonderful. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that specifically. We tend to call that the funding catalyst service. So tell me what that's looked like for you and what that has meant for Athennian.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't remember the fancy name. I just know it as hopping on Google with Andrew. But these funding applications that come out from the government require a lot of work to actually interface. And we're very focused on building the business, on working with our customers, and fulfilling our business plan and business model. And sometimes when the government program needs information, you have to recharacterize the information from how you actually operate the business to be able to for the government to understand what they're going to be supporting. And so it's been great to work with essentially a third party with Thin Air Labs who isn't totally plugged into how we operate the business. They can take a third party look at what we're doing and extract the right information to be able to help the government understand exactly what Athennian's doing in their words, so that they're then able to support the activities with their funding.
Yeah. And what has that meant for you specifically in terms of the business and its growth?
It's meant really two things. One is funding. So we've working with Thin Air. We've obtained some government funding related to this. Secondly, it allows me and my team, who this would be in our portfolio normally, it allows us to just focus on running the business, working with our customers, building great product, and not have to really get into the details of getting this funding together.
Yeah. It's an incredible reason to save some time and energy, isn't it, to have this engagement?
Oh yeah, it's been amazing. I think back to earlier days when we were working on a lot of these non-dilutive funding activities when the company was 5 or 6 people, and it's very intense work. And there's a trade-off. Am I going to work on the funding application, or am I going to be on the phone talking to prospective customers or talking to prospective investors or working with the team on product details? And that trade-off is very expensive in the early days.
Yeah.
And so working with Thin Air would have been very powerful in terms of how you're allocating your time when time is in very short supply.
No kidding. No kidding. So is this something then that you would recommend to other ventures on their journeys?
Very much so. I would recommend it to ventures that are at the right stage where there's a high probability they'll be successful with government applications. But that's another way I think that Thin Air helps, is they have a lot of expertise at what funding to apply for at the right stage. And one concern of mine is I do see a lot of ventures applying for aspirationally applying for funding that it might not be stage appropriate. And so you end up spending all this time, all this effort, and really there was no chance of obtaining that funding in the first place. I think working with experts and advisors on that will really point you in the right direction that'll be the most performant and save you a lot of time.
Wonderful. That's great. I think that's everything we need, Josh. Is there anything that you wanted to add when it came to the Funding Catalyst service?
No, I'm excited. I'm just excited to keep working with Thin Air and with Andrew Brown specifically on this.
Terrific. Thanks.
Thanks, Leah.